One of the things that we as communists have always known was that there were long-standing plots to oust Fidel Castro as the legitimate leader of Cuba after the Socialist Revolution. Now, obviously we know that's true, and basically the CIA has already admitted that they attempted to assassinate him 600 times, and they had failed 600 times. Now, this goes into something much more. The National Archives, which were recently opened up by Donald Trump, contains some JFK documents that sheds light on this. The operation against Cuba and its legitimate revolution against the U.S.-backed dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista. So it wasn't just attempted assassinations of Castro that they were planning, but in fact, as a larger operation called Operation Mongoose, the U.S. government suggested actually bombing and killing U.S. citizens in Miami and blaming it on the Cuban government. Now, this claim, which a lot of people adamantly deny ever existed, oh, that never happened, they wouldn't do that because they wouldn't get away with that, etc. This was actually proposed, and the documents behind that, with people's signatures on them, are now open to the public that anybody can go and see. There's a link to the original article, and there's a link to the archive as well, which shows the actual documents, U.S. government documents, on the U.S. government website. This is not something that's being put out in like a third person or a third party website or something like that. This is U.S. government information on U.S. government websites, U.S. government servers. We are at a point now where you cannot deny the existence that the United States was prepared to murder its own citizens over this. They were going to kill their own people in order to attack or to give justification for an invasion of Cuba. It's here. There is no denying it anymore. There is no conservatives or liberals pretending that this thing would never happen, that it's not a real thing. It is here. It is admitted, and you finally have to face the truth that this is what capitalism is. It cannot stand to have anybody stand up to it whatsoever, even if it's a country as utterly powerless as Cuba. This is a thing that they have to do. Now, I largely put this to conservatives who think that everything that is not America is inherently evil, or to the liberals who think that America is the great thing, and that while, okay, yeah, we do some things wrong, that inherently they are right over everybody else, which is essentially just two forms of the same position. It's here. You cannot deny it. It is in your face. This is a complete and straight admission by the U.S. government that this was happening. This was something that they were going to do. And it seems that it was stopped by John F. Kennedy himself. And this may even play into the entire questions surrounding his death. I think that there are still a lot of questions that do have to be asked about JFK's assassination. I find the whole thing suspicious, and I am not satisfied by the official explanation. I think that there's a lot of things that were going on. It's suspected that he was going to do something to stop the war in Vietnam, that he was going to... There was even rumors that he was going to try to end the Cold War in general. And this is something that the system cannot allow to happen, so he has to be removed as a result. Again, that's a whole separate issue for a whole separate video, but this does kind of tie into that whole thing. The main point here is that while we have been saying this for decades, and liberals and conservatives have completely gone off saying, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory, a good one, Alex Jones. Here it is. The U.S. government is now admitting that it plotted to murder its own citizens in order to blame it on Cuba and justify invading a sovereign nation whose only crime is standing up to the United States. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.